Hello friends, Naya Swami Hriman here, and it's time to ask a yogi. I have here a letter from somebody who, and I admit this is not the norm, and this person says, I am calling out to God. My heart is crying for God. I cannot live without God's presence in my life. Now, how I wish more people actually felt that, but there is no response, the letter goes on. People say past karma and high penance are required to obtain a response from God. Some people have a guru, some people live in spiritually inclined families, and their paths therefore are easier. I have no such thing for my God. I trust that God is kind and will listen, but I have no magnetism, no power. Desperation is killing me every day. I feel like sacrificing my life one day if I cannot know God. Wow. Well, even though I admit there's probably not many people who would listen to these broadcasts who have that intensity of longing for God, but it's something we all should strive for. We should pray for the intensity to want to know God, to love God, as this person seems to. Now, obviously, doing away with oneself because God won't respond is probably not a good idea. I think we could agree on that. Some of the things I wrote back is that God hears all prayers, but sometimes our sincerity is tested. You know, those of us who talk in terms of reincarnation will say things like, we have ignored God's presence and love and so on for countless incarnations. The fact that suddenly in one lifetime, let's say we start thinking about God and trying to have a spiritual life and pray to God and wonder why there's no response, might want to think twice about what it's going to take. And I think that's what this person is saying as well. But it's not quite all that bad. For one thing, in the metaphysical teachings of the Vedas and East and West and so forth, and as Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is within you. So let's start within us. Let's start with a daily habit of prayer and meditation. And when you feel the peace of meditation, Yogananda taught, and this changed my life. He said, the peace that you feel in meditation, or the joy, or love, unconditional love, etc., that is the living presence of God. Not out there in some antiseptic corner of space on a throne with a long beard, but we can feel God right here and now. Swami Kriyananda, my teacher, would make the statement sometimes that God is as much with us now as will ever be when we achieve liberation. And so start with the attitude that you look outside and you feel God's presence, breath in the wind, and the barking of a dog, and the warmth of the sunshine, and so forth. So begin to feel God within you and to see the godlike qualities in nature and in people around you. So start with that affirmation, you see. Don't just sort of wait passively and think that God's going to be so thrilled that you want to know him that he's going to fall over backwards trying to get your attention. That's not realistic, obviously. And another way to do that, a point I mentioned, is develop the attitude of gratitude. And in this case, wanting to know God, that gratitude is not just expressed for the fact that you're healthy, wealthy, and wise or something, but to see in all things for which you're grateful, to see it as a gift from Spirit, a gift from God. Never mind the fact that you like, having a bank account or being healthy, of course. I don't mean gratitude for the thing. I mean gratitude for the thing that expresses the love of the giver of the thing, the creator of the thing, you see. St. Francis, in his love of nature, wasn't in love with Sister Moon and Brother Sun. He was in love with God, who is expressed in those forms. So, and then so far as the rest of the path is concerned, to quote the expression, when the disciple is ready, the guru will appear. The guru can be in the form of a book, can be in the form of a class or a regular teacher or minister or something. It can be in the form of a neighbor or a co-worker. So when you start seeing God in all things, now there are some things in people that you're not so grateful for, and that takes a little bit more effort. But when we can try to be grateful for the hardships and trials that we do have as forms by which we can learn lessons, maybe it's just even-mindedness or acceptance, compassion, forgiveness, those are important lessons in life. And so, or perseverance. So, as we practice gratitude and as we practice feeling God in all things, our natural inclination is in the good things, if you will, but it needs to extend a little bit by bit, into all things. And if you do that, and if you add to this daily meditation and read spiritual books and listen to spiritual discourses and try to find your way towards a family of souls with whom you feel in touch. Don't think you can do it only on your own. That's not realistic. We are part of this great universe. Why imagine you're separate when you're seeking to be part of the creator of the universe? So expand your consciousness to not just be grateful and see God in everything, but participate, engage in that way. All right, so carry on, march on towards God.